The weather is being really unpredictable, so I hope it doesn't start raining while I'm filming. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Today I am coming to you with a story time. So no informational video today, no gear review. I never did a gear review before, but like no gear talk. None of that. Today I will just tell you a story of the time I finished my hike of the GR20 on Corsica and what happened the day and the night after this hike. So the last day of my GR20 I did a double étape. I got up in the morning really early, I started hiking really early, and I finished at around 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And this is really like the moment you finish the trail and the moment you're back home. Like the time in between those two is a time I really don't like. Mostly I just end up in a village for like 2 days not knowing what to do, waiting for my train or my ride back home. So I really don't like the time in between those two moments. So I get to Calenzana and I think, oh, it's only 4 p.m. and every day on Corsica there are going multiple boats back to France. So I think, oh, it's only 4 p.m. I am just gonna go to a port of Corsica. I'm gonna take the first boat that goes back to France, and like probably it'll go overnight, so then tomorrow morning I will take a train back to Belgium and I'll be home tomorrow at around noon. So I decided to just get going, to hitchhike to any port. I chose the port of L'Île Rousse and yeah, just taking the boat that night. Fabulous plan, fabulous plan. So I start hitchhiking and I'm like hitchhiking for I think 5 to 10 minutes and a guy stops. It's not really a guy, it's more like a man. He's like 50 years old and he has this Jeep car that's open, seems really adventurous. And I think, cool, let's go, man. He's telling me that he's going to L'Île Rousse and that he can drop me off. I think, amazing. So I get in the car, I put my pack on the back seat and we start talking. So he tells me that he paints and that he's an artist and a curator for some museum in France because he actually lives in France and he has this second home in Corsica. He tells me about his painting stuff and I tell him about my painting stuff because I paint and I make music. That's another story. And we're talking about the GR20 as well. He's like, oh, you did it all by yourself. You're crazy. I would never let my daughter do anything like this alone. And he tells me that he did some section hiking of the GR20. We just have a nice talk. And after some time, I think it was around 20 minutes, we arrive at L'Île Rousse and he drops me off like at a 10-minute walk from the port. And while he drops me off, he tells me, oh, I don't really know if there's a boat tonight, but if there is no boat tonight, just give me a call and you can sleep in my house. I have a spare room, it's no problem. My daughter is coming over tomorrow, so her room is already ready. So you can just come over if you don't find a sleeping place. And I'm thinking, yeah, whatever. I mean, there will be a boat, it'll be no problem. But he really insisted on giving me his number, so I just wrote it down. I got out of the car, I took my pack and I went to the port. So I'm walking, it's like a 10-minute walk from where he dropped me off and I approach the pier of the port. And at the end of the pier there is the company of the boat service. And I'm walking on the pier and now it's like 6 p.m. It starts to get a bit dark and I just see that the port is totally abandoned. There is no one there. There is no boat. There are no people, just a few restaurants and that's it. I go up to the company, like the building of the company of the boats, and it's totally closed. There's even no lights on. There's no one there. Obviously, there isn't going to be a boat that night. So I think, okay, I will just book a room in a hotel tonight or a hostel, or I'll find a campsite where I can just put up my tent, and then tomorrow I will take a boat. But first, I will go to a restaurant, I'll eat something, and I'll think about it properly inside with a meal. So I go up to a restaurant and I order a pasta, and I'm just eating and looking up rooms. So first I check booking.com. No rooms. I look up a campsite because I'm on an island with a lot of backpacking people. So I think there will probably be a campsite, but I see no campsite. And I'm thinking about wild camping, but I saw several plates on the street that said, not allowed to wild camp here. So long story short, I don't find a room. And so suddenly I think about the thing that this man told me, him having a spare room. But at the same time I'm thinking, am I really gonna text a man that I don't know and ask him if I can sleep at his place? So I'm doubting a lot, but I'm also thinking this is my only option at this point. And I'm also thinking about him telling me about his daughter. This will be a normal guy. So I text him, hey, there's no boat, can I sleep at your place? He texts me back, yeah, no problem, I'll come and get you in 30 minutes and we'll drive to my place. I go outside, it starts getting dark because I ate, I took a long time to eat and think. So at this point it's 9 p.m., 9-ish p.m., 10 p.m. So I walk off the pier, I see him, I see his car, so I wave, hey, I'm here. So I put my bag on the back seat and I get in on the front, and the first thing he tells me is, hey, how are you, princess? Princess. So, at this moment, princess means princess in French. So I think, okay, I don't really like that you're calling me princess, but okay, whatever. It's probably just something you say to girls. I don't know. So we drive and we're talking, and as we're talking, he calls me princess all the time. Maybe in 10 minutes, he said it 10 times. So I'm thinking to myself, should I say something about it? Maybe just tell him that I'm uncomfortable with him calling me princess. But I'm also thinking, no, Floor, he's just being nice. Don't make it uncomfortable. There's nothing wrong here. And also my French isn't that good, so just trying to get the message across in a subtle way wasn't really a possibility. So I just thought, let's just not say anything about it, let it pass. But I also thought it's weird that he's calling you princess now, and in the first car ride, never calling me princess. So why are you doing it now? Oh, stop it. So we start driving and he tells me that he lives in a village that is a 30-minute car ride away from the port. And Corsica is an island, so the village is uphill. It's up in the mountains. So we start driving and it's it's this kind of car ride where you do this all the time, going up, going up, going up. As we are driving up the mountain, I hear the engine of the car, and it's a Jeep. It's this open Jeep, so you can hear the engine really well. And I hear the engine of the car starting to make weird noises. So before it went like a normal engine. Now it started to sound more like So first I think it's okay, it's just the car having some trouble going up this really steep mountain. It's fine. But after some time the noises get worse and they really start to sound like this. So at this moment I'm thinking, okay, Floor, you are in another country far away from home where you don't know anybody. It's night, it's 10 p.m, so it's dark. You're on your way to a village that is away from civilization on this island with a man that you don't really trust. He's calling you princess all the time, and now the car is breaking down. I'm also thinking, like, is this something he does? Is this planned? Like, does this guy pick up hikers and then takes them to his house, but like not actually, and just, is this planned? Is it planned that the engine is breaking down now? I don't know. Like, maybe he has a little plan with friends of his. I don't know. Oh man, I'm freaking out at this point. I am freaking out. But all of this is happening inside my head. On the outside, I am like in a state of annoyance. So I'm telling the guy like, is the car breaking down? Well, that's annoying. Just let it rest on the side of the road for a while and it'll probably start working again. It doesn't work? That's annoying. Are we gonna have to walk all the way up to your house? It's no problem, we can walk. So the engine just gets worse. It's clear at this point that we will have to leave the car and we will have to hike up to his house. He tells me it's like a 20-minute walk from now, so I'm fine. You know, I try to be in the state of, it's fine. This guy is being nice, he has a daughter, he's a painter, he's an artist, he's nice. This guy is nice. Everything is fine, because up until this point, everything was fine. I mean, nothing really happened. So we get out of the car and we start walking. He's insisting on carrying my backpack for me. And I'm like, no, it's fine, it's light, I will carry it. On the inside, I'm like, no. If you're gonna rob me, you're not gonna steal my house for now. Like, no, that is not gonna happen. So we start walking. And I see him walking uphill. And he's getting out of breath really fast. So I'm thinking, okay. Because I'm not out of breath at this point at all. I think, okay, if you want to rob me or harass me or do anything like that, I will just outrun you so quickly without a problem. So this is like really reassuring for me. So we get up to his house, and actually his house is really nice. It's a small house with a small kitchen, bathroom, a little terrace thingy, and he shows me around and he immediately asks me like, do you want to take a shower? You finished the GR20, so do you want to take a shower? And I'm like, no, I'm tired, I'm not gonna take a shower. On the inside I'm like, yeah, of course I want to take a shower, but I'm just gonna see what the situation is in this house and then maybe later. But now, no thank you. And he asks me to go upstairs because my room is upstairs. I'm still tricking myself into thinking, this is fine, he's being nice, but on the inside, on my deep core, I'm still super scared. I'm still being really conscious of everything that's going on, everything that's in the rooms, like watching outside the windows if there's maybe anyone outside the windows. So I'm being scared. So I get up the stairs and he shows me my room, and I'm so relieved to see a room that has a door, so it can be closed, and it has a bed. And the bed is a one-person's bed. I don't know why, but I was just so relieved to see a single-person bed. I don't know, maybe he was going to show me a double bed and then we had to sleep in it together. And I don't know. I was just happy. So he just tells me like, okay, drop all your stuff here, take your time and just like be in your room. I'm going downstairs. I'm thanking him. I'm really like, oh, thank you. This is so nice. Thank you so much. And he goes downstairs and I'm in my room alone. So I go sit on the bed. I get my phone out and I text a friend. I tell her, hey, I finished the trail. I'm in this guy's house right now. So here's the location. If something happens, I will try to text you just some random symbols, like if I do this, call someone because something is happening. And she's like, yeah, of course, but you're fine, right? I'm telling her, yeah, I'm fine. I think it's all in my head. So voila. I sit in my room, I check my Instagram and my Facebook just to get some normal life feeling inside of me. And I decide, like, you know what, I really want to take a shower because I stink. So I go downstairs and I ask him, like, is it possible still to take a shower? He's like, yeah, of course, go in the bathroom and just have your shower, it's no problem. So I go into the bathroom, I undress myself, not in the bathroom, but really in the shower cabin. So I take my shower, and after my shower I get out of the bathroom and I tell him, you know, man, I'm really tired. I'm just gonna go to sleep and I'll see you tomorrow at breakfast. So I go to sleep, the night passes by. I'm still really, I don't know, it's just there's something in his way of communicating to me that just feels really discomforting. It's the way he looks at me, and I'm just not comfortable. So I go to sleep. I have, I think, 3 nightmares. I wake up several times during the night. And I wake up in the morning, it's like 8 a.m. I think, but I think to myself, just stay in bed for as long as you can, so the time passes. And at like 10 a.m. I get up and I eat breakfast at the table of his terrace. And he's sitting across the table from me. And oh man, I don't know why, but he's just looking at me in this way that I'm like, but stop, please just stop looking at me. And during this breakfast, he starts the sentence, tu es vraiment belle comme une fleur. It means, you're really pretty like a flower. And I'm, to all men out there, don't start saying stuff like this to a girl who is alone. You are freaking her out. Really, you're freaking her out. So I was freaked out. He told me, I'm not even exaggerating, I think during breakfast, which was like 30 minutes, he told me, I think 20 times the same sentence. Tu es vraiment belle comme une fleur. So at this point, I think, okay, you know what? I'm just stuffing my sandwiches in my mouth and I'm leaving. But in a nice way, eh? I'm communicating with him in a nice way. But in my head, I'm like, oh my God. So I just get upstairs, I take my stuff, I get downstairs and I'm like, hey, I'm going. And at this point, I feel so guilty that I was thinking all these paranoid stuff. And there I really thought he really was just being nice to you all the time. I'm feeling this sense of guilt over me. Also relief, but also really guilt. So I'm telling him, oh man, just really thank you that I could stay here. We just said goodbye and I left. And this is where the story ends. So, you know, I'm walking away from his house and I really think like, oh, Floor, how can you be this paranoid? Because really, in fact, if you would just have filmed the scene, there would be nothing strange, I think. Like, apart from him telling me princess and, in my opinion, looking a bit weird at me, but that's my experience. So he probably wasn't looking at me in a weird sense, and yeah, him telling me, tu es vraiment belle comme une fleur. Okay, that's a bit weird, but man, tell me in the comments. Do you think I exaggerated? Do you think I was being way too paranoid and being way too scared for what the situation actually was? Also, I am wondering, should I have said anything to him while he was making me feel uncomfortable? Also, does any of you girls or boys, because boys can experience this as well, of course, does any of you have had this kind of experience as well in the past? If so, tell me. Stories are always nice, but also tell me what you learned from it. Like, do you have some advice for people who experience these kind of situations? Yeah. Next time I will be back with an informational video, probably again about hiking, But today I just thought I would tell you this story, so I told you this story. Stories are nice. Oké, bye bye, dag!